resolutions. Guys, before we go anywhere, I want to share with you my 2025 goals for the year. Now listen, aspirations are fine and well, but without accountability, they're nothing. They're just things you write down for other people to see. But I think we need more people sharing these things, and it's not on the resolutionists to follow through with them. It's on the friends, the brothers, the brethren to hold them accountable. All right? How often do you write down something and your friend comes along and he goes, "Hey, it's about March. Where you at on that marathon? Huh? You said you're going to start taking more steps. You said you were going to start reading more, but that bookshelf looking pretty dry." Nobody does that, all right? It's a nice little post that we share and we have fun, but I think we need more accountability going forward, and that's what I aim to do, okay? So I've written down some of my most lofty things and dreams that I want in 2025, and I would like you guys to know what they are so that you can hold me accountable. I want you following up with me and going, "Hey, number 1, have you mastered the kazoo?" This is a big one for me, and also it implies that I'm already fairly decent at the kazoo, just yet desiring mastery. Need I say more? Yes. I'm okay at the kazoo. It's not my best instrument. Actually, it might be, which is just as sad. But I'm getting better at it slowly, and I want to master it. This is very serious. Number 2, I want to learn to tap dance, but I will tell no one for obvious reasons. However, you may check in on me and just say, "How's progress going?" And I might never say. But the point is that you get on me about it. You might not get the response you want, but it'll help me out, okay? You want to be a good friend. You want to be a good pal, a good chum, a good human being. Keep your people in check. That would help me. Number 3, grow a beard. This is something I've struggled to do, not necessarily because the facial hair doesn't come in, but because it gets so unbearably itchy, man. As anyone who grows facial hair knows, it sucks, okay? I'm like 4 days into this thing already, and it's so itchy, and it's so inflamed. Now, look, I have a soft and supple, beautiful face. I won't lie about it, and it's hard for me to cover it up. Does it look good? Of course. But it is really tough. You know, you get to a certain point and it's just on fire. You forget who you are. You start having some sort of psychosis and you're like, I don't know what anything means. Who am I? Loss of identity. It's actually probably one of the hardest things on the list. So immediately followed by number 4, shave it off. Because what is better than finding yourself again? And that's what I want to do in 2025. I want to lose myself and find myself, which is Eminem's next album. So I can't wait to finish the growth before I can remove the growth, because it's all about renewal. It's about trying something new, but also being okay with coming back to the starting point. You know, in life, in 2025 and in New Year's in general, we're so set on, I got to make this my year. I got to make this my time. This is my chance. But no one's, you know, it's okay to be fine. You know, we do all this bulking and cutting. I got to be here. I got to be there. I got to be this. I got to be that. No, you don't, dude. Have a maintenance year. You know, cut it down. Shut off. What do you need to be anything for? Is it your year? Maybe. You know, I mean, theoretically, it can't be everyone's year. So I think it'd just be a little bit finer to take a break for a minute. You know, don't worry so much about the bulk and cut, the ups and downs. Just be like, hey, I'm fine where I'm at, and I'm going to enjoy 2025. I'm not going to try and build in 2025. Don't, you know, a wise man once said, making it up, that you shouldn't get so obsessed and focused on building shelves that you forget to put stuff on them. I don't know what that means. Anyways, now one of the toughest on the list right here is try the McRib. This is a big deal for me, truly. And I seek to conquer this. I look at it every time. And the trick with the McRib is this. It's not always here. It comes and goes. The McRib is much like life, and then it ebbs and flows. And you can try your best to capture this, but every time you sort of build up the desire and the need and the confidence to overcome this, the McRib's gone. Okay? And then when it is there, I don't have it in me to take down this task. And you think you do, right? But then you get into the McDonald's and you look up at that greasy friggin' McRib, and now you McChicken out, and I'm not a part of it. But I would love to overcome this for once in my life, because everyone's always talking about the McRib. What is it? What does it bring? Does it yield any sort of higher echelon of mental clarity of the life experience as we know it? I don't know, but I would like to. So yes, please follow up with me anytime you hear the McRib is back. Check in and ask me about it, because I want to overcome this. I need to overcome this. Will I? Perhaps. It is probably one of the loftiest ones on there. Now, lastly, on the least, if there's time, I would like to see if we could solve world hunger. Obviously, that's last on the list. I don't know if we're going to get around to it. I do, however, think, okay, depending on how this one goes, we might be able to circle around back and see what the McRib can do for world hunger. I don't know what the etiquette is. I don't know how that would go about in the economics of McDonald's, but I think about it a lot, and I wonder, just maybe. But if I get to it, we'll think more, we'll ponder more when we reach that conclusion. But these are my goals, these are my dreams, my aspirations, my hopes, and my lofty expectations for this year. Please hold me to that, okay? And I'm saying this. Now, you should do this for everyone else, even if they ask or not. I think you should just offer that accountability regardless. Hey, by the way, where's that $1 million you said you were going to be making this year? Hold your friends accountable. Hold your family in check. Make them know you're watching them. This isn't some sort of silly-dilly holiday where you get to say, I'm going to do this and that, and nobody checks up on you, all right? You need to hold them accountable. Willpower doesn't go as far as you think it does, okay? Willpower is a joke. It's a thing that you start off with and you forget all about, so you can have fun and you can do this and that, and then it's gone. All right? It's up to the people around you to hold them accountable. I forgot to hit the intro. We'll do this real quick. See, it's still kind of fun. I know it feels weirder after you talk for a few minutes and then you go, hey guys, welcome to Still Full Circus Podcast. My name is Tristan Sartoris. So anyways, as you know, we're going on about New Year's resolutions, and I think this is a good little a starting point. Are they the craziest? Maybe not, but as anyone who knows me knows, I'm not the biggest fan of New Year's resolutions, okay? Because I think it's weird for anybody to try and assign some arbitrary day and be like, hey, this is the day I'm going to make a change. I'm going to start my character growth. I'm going to be a better person. But hey, it's not the first. It's not the first. And you're like, all right, if that's you're waiting for the gun to start before you start getting after it, you're never gonna. You're like, this is just going to be you for all of 2025. You're not waiting, huh? When's it happening? So I think it's tough in that sense. However, I'm trying to come around because there are some people who need it, and sometimes it's a springboard. But it's also like I go back and forth, because on one hand, people are really trying some things and they go, I want to do this. I feel like this is my chance, and it's inspired me to think. And maybe you take that little break and you focus and you kind of concentrate on what it is that you want to be in this year. But on the same flip side, so many people get discouraged because they go, well, if I couldn't get in shape and do this and that when all the stars were aligned, then what's the point? And you go, whoa, no. Just because you couldn't do the McRib right there doesn't mean you never try go back for the McRib, okay? Because you want to meal your life to the fullest, all right? You got to be McLiving life without McLimits, okay? And it's hard when you set it aside for just a certain day and things crash and they burn, and that's why people only make it a few days. Is because they feel like, well, I was supposed to do it then. But also, January 1st, dude, that's probably one of the hardest times to get anything done. You do come out of this big fat lull, and all of a sudden you're going to change who you are, and you're going to fix all your problems and all your desires. It's not easy, all right? You think I'm just going to magically learn to tap dance and master the kazoo, okay? If I have time in between classes, still maybe solve world hunger? Probably not. But I think it's tough because so many people get discouraged in that sense, and you go, I didn't do all this. I didn't get this and that. So I think that's what that list is for me. I think that's a nice little happy medium, is to find smaller goals to go for. You ever heard the saying, you shoot for the moon, you land among the stars? That's still considered a fail to most people. I say you shoot for the stars and you land among the stars. That's a success. People look at you like, well, he got exactly where he was aiming to be. Did he, try and become a champion? Not necessarily, but he's on the podium in a sense. And I think that helps, all right? Because I think it can be a little bit defeating, especially if you start your year off failing. You go, I'm this, here comes here, I'm going to beat this guy. And then you don't, and you go, well, I'm a piece of crap now. And so many people spiraling. There was a study, making it up, out of northern South Dakota University, go Mud Dogs, by the way, that psychologically, stacking smaller wins and very easy things can build you into a championship mentality because all you know is winning. Now, sure, it's deception. Sure, you haven't played any top 25 ranked teams and they're all cupcake games, but still you're winning. And confidence and momentum is, nay, I say, everything, okay? And I think if you're going to come out of the gates and you're going to set yourself up for failure, even though you're trying so hard, you might be like, I don't have it in me, and you start losing steam. Anyways, that's just what they're saying there. I have no idea if it's true. I just, I'm just a messenger, okay, of the university, of the scholars. I'm not a scholar myself. I don't claim to be. However, I will translate for you whatever their nonsense is. So I think the message is that start slow, figure out what you want to do and just enjoy it and hold people accountable and all those other good things that I said that may or may not have made sense. But Happy New Year, guys. I hope it started off hot. I hope you've already accomplished all the things that you wish to. This is just a joke, of course. If anybody knows me, who knows, I'm a very lofty and dreamy guy. So I think you should always set expectations and hopes and dreams constantly. Don't do them necessarily in a year. Be like, this is the checklist I want to do. Maybe do these kind of lists for like a month, or something small. I don't know. Solving world hunger might be a bit of a big one, but we'll get to it. Yeah, starting slow. But yes, so speaking of slow and the opposite of that, fast, dude, I am, like 13 days off caffeine right now. I am feeling electric, magnified. Dude, I was so worried that I was going to remove that because it's been months. No, I was never a big caffeine drinker. But now it's been months. I'm like, is this who I am now? Do I need this? Do I need permanent friggin' reciprocal? I don't know what I was trying to say. Reciprocal. I was trying to, like this sort of, I need my perpetual energy drinking. And I wasn't sure if I was, it's been so long. It's kind of like what I was saying. You grow facial hair and you're like, I don't even know what I look like anymore. I don't know if my energy even maintains the level that I thought it did. It's been 6-7 months. So as soon as it stopped, I was worried that I wouldn't be able to manage my workload and the podcast, groups, people, friends, family. Am I going to be at this level of high octane that I was so accustomed to for life? Or was it all a facade? Am I just misremembering? Was I always more of a dull guy? Was I always kind of a wallflower and just sitting back and observing? I don't remember. But I got to tell you, after all the little side effects, man, I feel like I have more energy than I ever had in my life, dude. If anything, this caffeine was holding me back. I'm not saying you should do this. I think I'm a select, case. I'm a pretty wild and crazy guy, and I'm off the walls in general, but I'm just on nothing but Greek yogurt right now. Greek yogurt, water. We're having nice little carbs, glucose, all the right things. And I feel really, really good. So props to me. I'm very stoked about that. It's always scary when you try something new. And, it was not necessarily a New Year's resolution. I didn't wait until New Year's to do it. I started it because I wanted to. And I finished it. Maybe. I mean, we'll see. I could have a relapse. But why would I? Caffeine's great. My energy's great. Things are fine. I don't know. I think one of my biggest fears is having to rely on something, which could be dangerous. You put that in the right context. You're like, well, I just don't ever want to rely on anybody. And you go, ooh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. You go, ooh. But with certain addictions and certain things, anytime where I feel like I need it, I run away from it. Which again, could be sad. What if you're connecting with certain people or groups or passions? You're like, I need to do this. You're like, whoa. Goodbye. I did that one time, man. I was trying to be very routine with my Bible, and I was trying to read my Bible, and I was like, am I reading the Bible because I really feel like it, or because I'm trying to be disciplined? And I was like, well, I don't feel like it. Well, maybe it's wrong to do this if I don't feel it. I'm not going to do it anymore. And then I stopped. I just forgot. I was like, oh, I don't think, I think discipline is good in a certain way. I just spit all over the mic. I think discipline is good, and I think even though I may want or not need something, I'm going to continue not having it. I said a lot of words right there. So I'm feeling just electric, dude. I feel like lightning, and I'm trying to recalm my thoughts. I'm starting to think that caffeine genuinely calmed me down. Maybe it focused some things in for me, but I just feel like my brain is working like a shotgun, like I have just so many different words and sentences and thoughts and feelings, and everything is coming out at one time. And I'm like, I don't know, which one it's supposed to be. So it's a good feeling because it's, but I'm trying to relearn to harness it, I guess. So this is a pretty unique standpoint that we're at. So guys, it is my birthday. All right. And I'm not saying you have to say happy birthday out loud, but if you want to do something nice, feel free. As you can see, we traveled nicely here. It does not fit the setup whatsoever, but it's cold in Cleveland, Ohio, and I wanted to look at something that was warm and nice and peaceful, and that's what I feel like, and that's what I wanted for my birthday, to believe that maybe, just maybe, it was warm somewhere else. But yeah, it is my birthday. I'm 26 years old. I gotta get my life together. I've never felt like that, actually, ever. And I've always felt a little bit, I don't know if outcast is the word. I mean, yes, but I've always felt out of tune, or maybe I wasn't aware of the sense of dangers of mortality and whatnot. I'm like, oh my gosh, life's fading away. I just go, hey, another, like, I have no sense of urgency to be somebody or be anything in my life, and I never really have. I probably should have some. Some people are like, hey, you still you spending your weekends practicing Looney Tunes impressions? Like, hey, you know what? Pay my bills. I have a gym membership that I don't even use. All right, I'm doing fine. I could do whatever I want. But I maybe some people are like, hey, you should try dial it a little bit more. But I don't know. I've never felt some sort of need to be at some place or be something. I've always been running my own race, the beat to his own drum, as they say. And it's been interesting. I didn't realize how unique that was until the last few months, I guess, especially being in your 20s, and now a lot of friends and family, including people who listen to the show that I don't even know personally, like just the select maniacs that have fun. People are constantly talking about how far behind they are. Like, I'm not this. I'm not where I need to be. And specifically with the show, actually, and I'm going to try and be sincerious here for a minute, all right? Because I've opened up the lines and I go, hey guys, write some stuff in, I'll give you advice. And it was mostly a joke, but some people came to me with very real, with like questions, and they go, hey, like what do I do? How do you do this? What is the thought process? And several people, not several, it was 4, but that including with friends and family, have asked me, they're like, what do I do in life? Because I feel like I'm not here, I'm not there, I'm so far behind. That's what I always hear. I'm so far behind. And by the way, it was I should have never offered to give out advice, because I'm like, oh, what do I say? So take this with a heaping grain of cocaine. But I tried to do as best as I can, and I'll repeat it here in case anyone else is in that same spot. They go, I'm so far behind, and I put on my best cap of wisdom, which is unfortunately Wile E. Coyote, and I go, behind on what? Like, what are you behind on? They're like, oh, I just felt like I should have this done, I should have this accomplished. I'm like, what do you mean? You got a pamphlet for your age? Like, I should have this, like a mark? And it's always rooted in some sort of comparison, and I think maybe that's why I've never felt that. It's because I was homeschooled, so there weren't people around me, and I was just like, well, I'm the best, I guess. I'm totally, hey, king of the castle. Who am I supposed to compare myself to? I'm number 1, king of the school. So by the time I left that kind of little bubble, I was already like so sure of myself, I guess, in a sense, but just like knowing that I was like, hey, I'm gonna do my own thing. That was Italian Miles Morales, I guess. But anyways, they say they're comparing, and that's how all of it is. With all it's a big, huge trend with everybody in their 20s, and they go, I want to look like this person, I want to have what they have, and I want to be what they are. And it's just been really unique, because I don't necessarily have the greatest advice because they go, well, how are you this way? And you got all this stuff. Like, I don't got my life figured out, man. I have no idea what I'm doing. All right? I spend most of my days goofing around and making funny sounds in the closet. It's not exactly high praise. We're on the top of the food chain. But I'm having fun doing it. I'm going to do my own thing. But yeah, it's just, they go, I don't have this, I don't have that. You know, I go, well, who says you have to? And they go, well, Craig, you know, Craig's got XYZ. And I go, Craig? What do you mean? Yeah, Craig. Okay, we already got a Craig. What are you trying to be Craig for? What are you trying to plagiarize life now? Like everybody wants to copy somebody else. I never really understood that. So my message of advice was to say it's not really necessarily advice. I was just saying, stop. I was like, dude, you gotta do your own thing. Yeah, you know, you can't ever write your own song if you're always covering someone else's. You can't, you know, play someone else's song with the wrong instrument. I'll see if we can come up with any more musical analogies. No, I don't never even know what the advice is, except for here's how I look at it, man. One of my favorite things about life is the stories. I love stories. And I think everybody has a unique story to tell. I think if you get too caught up reading someone else's or following theirs, that you never tell your own. And that's a scary and sad thought. And that's what I say. And they go, that doesn't help at all. So I don't know why I repeated it here, but I don't know if that helps at all. But it's been a very current trend that I've been on the outside looking in. So I don't know if that helps. But if not, here is a list of things I think you should have done by 30. And maybe you'll put things together. So I don't know. Guys, if you're going to come to me for advice, I will give you... I was sincere. I gave you my best. It wasn't necessarily anything great. I was just saying, you know, don't be other people. Be you. We already got one of them. Okay, we already got it, Greg. Be you. Who are you gonna be? Somebody. You don't gotta be anything. You don't gotta be anybody but you, man. I don't know. Maybe if I need to get into a comparison mindset. I need to think, I want to be like this guy so bad, and I need to break away from it, and then I can go, hey, now I relate. This is how I got out of it. Because if you're always insane, you can never relate to the mentally stable. So good luck with that. If that helps at all, you're welcome. If not, hey, sorry. Guess wisdom doesn't come with age. It's my birthday, though. Maybe next year. So, guys, what's going on? What else is going on in life? You know, you sad, you setting goals, you triumphing. You triumphing? Can you say that? Are you triumphing? Are you winning? I hope so. I'm going to hold you accountable. Feel free to tell me your goals, and I will check up on you personally, okay? Not some sort of automated chat GPT response, nothing like that. I will follow you around and heckle you. Have you gotten that done yet? You said you would. You posted about it, okay? I don't want you lying, going around telling people you're going to do things that you're not. What a disgrace. Hey, you know what? Not a disgrace. What a liar, okay? Now... I meant to say that again. As far as having people doing their things, guys, again, have your drive, have all your dreams and ambitions. I'm just saying, don't feel like you have to get them done by a certain time. Anyways, going back, yeah, you know, you're gonna have all this drive, and you're gonna tell me you're gonna do it. You better get it done. So I will heckle you. I will follow you to the ends of the earth to say so. Yeah, it's a quiet time in these cold, bitter Januaries. I will say, I haven't done much over the holidays. I mean, it's been all holidays and New Year's Eve and football games and birthdays and this. And the only thing that I've really noticed, the biggest new thing in my life right now is that I've employed a new tactic in road rage. And this is fun for me because, you know, it's not everybody can be a perfect driver all the time. I'm pretty close, but sometimes, just sometimes, I almost hit some people. I almost swerve into your lane, okay? I put on the wrong blinker, I slam on the brakes, and I might speed in a school zone. But other than that, I'm pretty on the money. But anyways, I was driving my mom's van, okay? I don't remember why, but it has a different blind spot than my truck. And I'm so used to, hey, bam, check the blind spot, bam, bam. I know where that is. I know where the people are. But in her van, I didn't see them exactly. So it's happened probably 6 times where I'm putting the blinker on. I go, well, nothing. Check the blind spot. It looked good to me. Switch. Dude, honking. That wasn't my best horn impression. That was more of a train. Doesn't matter, guys. I'll figure it out. But people have been honking at me. And then they do this thing where they come up to you and they go, they drive off and you go, I feel bad. Also, some of you guys hold the horn way too long. You know, if I go like this, whoa, there he was, honk the horn. He goes, you hold it for way too long, and I'm like, I get it, go. But he used to go, you know, they're trying to do it. It's annoying. It's too much. Okay, I get it. I messed up, but I don't deserve that. All right. But it has happened multiple times, and I've been getting this a lot. What are you doing? Oh, come on. What's the matter with you? Think. And I take no accountability for it. But what I've been doing, okay, is because they're not necessarily mad, but it makes me feel like I'm not a good driver. And I don't like butting heads with the people on the road. I don't like them looking at me like I'm less than them and be like, oh yes, this. And maybe this is wrong of me, but I've been trying something new. Where anytime I accidentally almost run off the road into someone, as I feel them pulling up on my side to go, yeah, what's the deal? I'm driving there, I go, oh, freaking, I smack my steering wheel like that. I go, what's the matter with you? I start talking, giving a stern talking to my steering wheel. I was like, what is going on? And I look up at the guy and like, dude, yeah, I don't know. We're in the same boat, you and me. This freaking thing. And they go, what? They come up with this, what's it? What are you? Oh. Yeah. What is up with that steering wheel? Oh, geez, whoa, maybe we're on the same, you know. And instead of making enemies, guys, I'm making friends now by lying, I suppose. But I made the world a brighter place, nevertheless. And you can try that tactic. It's a perfect way to avoid all blame and responsibility by just putting it somewhere else. I didn't know you could do that. I thought whenever you mess up, you just got to hold on to this fault. You can't. You can move. You can put it to the side. And people go, well, what's your problem? I go, it's over there. And they go, well, nothing I can do now. So a highly practical, tactical advantage that you can use to not only look like a better person, but a better driver. And you can make more friends that way. So I don't know if it works in other places. You know, I don't know what other mistakes you can be making. That's really my biggest fault. But if you do that, maybe you got a big presentation you got to do at work, and you're about to pull up my PowerPoint, and everyone's waiting. They're like, "Oh, John, we can't wait to see what you got done here." And you go, "Yeah, I freaking, oh my gosh," and you don't have it ready, and you didn't do it. Okay, let's be honest, you didn't do the presentation, but you get up there and you go, "These company laptops, oh my, it's all gone, it's all deleted," and you just not necessarily lie, but not tell the truth and make something up. And look at that, man. Now they're all like, oh my gosh, we didn't realize that all our stuff was faulting you. It was halting, hampering your productivity. We're so sorry, John. Would you like a raise? And look at you. Now you got a nice little cushy bump in your salary, and now you get a nicer office higher up in the skyrise with a good view. And, surely you have some guilt, but the luxury makes up for it. I don't know exactly what I'm advising you today in the new year. I guess my resolution, again, I didn't see tell the truth on here, but specifically for driving, it is hilarious to to mess up and have somebody go, hey, what's your, and they go, hey, friggin' this thing, am I right? Cars. And they go, you know what, I get it. I've been there. You have a good day. You know what? You go ahead of me. You just get in the lane. Why not? So I've been having a lot of fun with that, and it's been great. I'm going to start running people off the road just because I want to keep using it, because I need to prove its effectiveness. I'm about 7-0 right now. But it's hilarious. It's hard to keep a straight face because you're like, you'll never know. What an idiot. But I have fun doing it. So guys, thank you so much for doing it. To Full Circus. My name is Tristan Sartoris. It's my birthday. You don't have to say happy birthday, but if you do, I'll say thank you. Dude, by the way, this is episode 200. No decorations. No, nothing. Ain't nothing. Shelves aren't even up on the wall. I think that just goes to show, well, while I may not be full of wisdom yet, there is a certain amount of maturity. That's not true. I was so caught up doing other things that I didn't have time to buy balloons, and that pisses me off. So eventually, I would like to throw a little celebration for me, and that's what life's all about, okay? Throw your own party, and that's what I was trying to say about running your own race. Do your own thing, sing your own song, make your own kind of music, and life will be okay. Probably. Nobody knows for sure. It's going to be your year, unless it's not. It's going to, you know what? A lot of these years have been mine. I'm going to take a break and let somebody else rise up. But if you think it's going to be your year, and I was like, hey, it's supposed to be your year, and you go, friggin' this friggin' year, huh? And they go, friggin' right. So guys, thank you so much again. I will see you in the next episode. Happy holidays. Happy Halloween, if you celebrate that at this time. And all the things that are enjoyable in life, I send them well wishes to you. And if there's a rhyme in there, find it yourself. I will see you. And I might not be good at advice. Again, though, feel free to write stuff in, and I will give it to you at the best of my abilities, which is not high. But check up on me, all right? Because at some point, I'm going to eat a McRib or die trying. Literally, I don't know what's in those things. All right, guys. See ya.